Now let's create the Micofrontend application using React. For that, let me create some folder, that is a basic folder, and in this basic folder I will create another folder, that is host, that is the host application, and another folder, that is Micofrontend 1. We will create a Micofrontend application that is Micofrontend 1. Now we go inside the host application, host folder, and run the npm init. So after initializing the npm, we need to install some plugins for the React. So plugins are as follows. This is the dev dependencies, and this is what we need to run the React, the dependencies. So first let us install this dev dependencies, npm I -t dev dependencies. We'll come back after it got installed. Let me clear this terminal, and two more dependencies is required, that is React and React DOM, and we are good. Now I want to create some more folders inside this. One is public folder and another is source folder or src folder. Now let me open this host application or host folder from VS Code. After opening VS Code, we will create a index.html inside public folder. Put some boilerplate and create a container. This is the root container of our React components. Now inside the source, I will create a index.js and another app.js, which is considered as the React component. Let's create this app.js first. So we import React from the React library, create a constant of app function, export this, and our app function need to return a JSX object. Here I am going to return h1, and inside this I will say host app is working. One thing, we will change the title to host app. Our app.js is done. Now we need to create our index.js. We will assign a root component of React DOM, and we will create the root element as the root container, or you can say that the div with root. So document get element by id, and the id is root. Now In this route, we will actually render our React component. It's done. Now, to assign the to run this, actually not assign, run this, we need to configure a Webpack file. So Webpack file configuration we need to create in our root folder, that is webpack.config.js, and we will put these lines inside that. So I will paste this to description, you can capture it. It is pretty standard. We are using the HTML plugin, we are creating the plugin object, we setting the plugin, here we are using the port, and here it is the public HTML as the index, and in the HTML plugin we assign or point our template file, that is index.html. So that's all. To run this, we need to set the start pointer inside our package session, and also pointing the configuration file, which is ideally Webpack config. Remember, Webpack config could be any name, but Webpack.config, this format is well known to the industry. Anyways, so let's run this. Clear it. In PM start, but we will face a error. So the error, it is telling that we are not getting the JSX. The JSX is currently enabled. So support for the experimental syntax JSX isn't currently enabled. To enable it, we are actually using the Babel as loader. So we need a Babel file also. Babel config. The Babel config will be babelrc. babelrc has two things. One is preset, which is actually the dependency plugin. During development, we need this, and we will simply paste this. Another is the plugin, and in this plugin, we will actually use this proposal properties. So let's check if the problem solved or not. So it is successfully compiled. Let me check this in any browser. It is not working. Why it is not working? Okay, didn't I save this? Oh, this is the spelling mistake. Create root till I need to import this app from app. Now it is working. It's lots of fun. So done. So we are going to create It is a simple React app. So we are going to create the same application for the Micofrontend also. So rather than creating it separately, I am just copy paste. So let me open this basic folder from here, and inside this let me open the terminal, go to mf1 here the terminal, and let run this npm init. So npm init is done. Now we will just copy the necessary files and folders from here to our mf1 app. And in this package.json, we also require the dependencies and the dev dependencies. So we will copy this also. And also, we need to copy the start. We have copied this also. Let me remove this. Let me open this index. Let me change to mfe app +1. Okay, and this we need to change to mfe app. Let me change the header style also. Okay, there is nothing we need to worry about. Everything is done. Now we need to install the plugins. npm I. Okay, we are good. We are done. Now npm start. Now, if we refresh this page, this will change to mfe app. So, actually, our host application and our mfe application is using the same port. So, to change the port, let me change this port to 8080, and let me restart the server again for the mfe1 microsite. Now, as you can see, it is successful, but if we refresh now, it is not working, as we mentioned the port as 8080. So now it is working, and if we open another terminal and open the host folder in it, npm start, and open another tab, localhost 1000. So host app is working. So host app is working, mfe app application is working. Now one thing we need to do is we just use this component, this mfe app component below our host app component, and then we will successfully create a microsite. So how we will do that? Now let me close all the running servers. We will use model configuration plugin in Webpack. So what is the configuration? So this is the model federation plugin. and we just copied it and paste it over here. This is another setting. I will also share this to the description. Don't worry about it. Now we have created a object of module federation plugins. Now we need some settings over there. For MFE1, as it is going to expose the modules, so we require expose, and our MFE1 is not actually borrow some modules or use some modules from any another microsite, so we don't require this remote also. As our MFE1 is behaving like a library, so to support we need some file like remote entry.js or anything. Later I will show you how you can change this. So remote entry.js file name as a library entry point, and as it is kind of a microsite, so we need a name for this. So we can name it MFE1. Mind it, this name is very important. I will show you gradually. Now what the component we need to share? We are going to share this app.js. So put a name or alias name actually of the app.js. Let's say this is. We are sharing or exposing our component on with the name MFE app, not the real name, that is app.js, and inside, and we are mentioning the path over here inside this, and this we don't need the extension, and we're done. And we need to use this plugin over here. So our microsite configuration is done. We can start the server now. It is microsite should work. Yes, it is work, and we just copy this one and paste this one. Okay, we are getting a JavaScript file which we are going to use in our host application, so that host application can access these components. So let's use this. So how? We also need to create the or use the plugin, the same plugin. Okay, very good. Create a object, module federation plugin object, name it, as it is not the microsite for any reason or any other site. So for now we can remove this, as it is not exposing any object or module, so we are not using the expose, but it is using the modules from MFE1, so it's required a pointer to the remote. So let's map the remote in our MFE host 1, or name it host MFE, and we need the pointer. So what is the pointer? The pointer is this file. So put this one. Now if we have more than one microsite running on the same server, if it is happen, then how would I know which one I need to map on this section? For this, our microsite has exposed another thing, that is name. So this should be unique, and we are actually using this and pointing to its remote entry. And we map all the module in our host MFE1 as host MFE1 name. So our configuration is done, but we didn't still use this, and we need to use the plugin over here. Now we are good. Let us run this npm start. Okay, and fine, host is working. Now to use the microsites component or MFE app, we are we can write our element like this. So let's say this is MFE app, and now MFE app is not known to this component, so we need to import it. So we are importing this module as lazy. So constant MFE app react lazy port. Now what will be here? Here, as we map the total module, you can see as we map the total module to or total remote entry JS to this. So we will write this. And what was the component name? The component name we can find from the MFE1. So this is the component name. So total component name is going to use in here. Fine. So let's check. Yeah. So it is there. So we have successfully used a component from another microsite. So is there any way we can expose another component? Yes, obviously. So let me show this also. We need to shut down the server first. Now we need to create a second object. So let's create a second object. Let's say we are creating a button. That's same as before. We are using React. From React, create a button having a props and extern button, and here it will be props dot children. Let's export this also. Now we have created another component in our child, which is button. So let's check this to let's expose this first. So to expose, we need to create another object mapper. That is, let's say we named it button. It can be anything. We named it button and we are using button. So it's done. Let us run this. So we are running this MFE1. It should be as before. Sorry, should be as before. Now we are adding a button. So let's add a button below. MFE click. So as per the code, we should see a button below the MFE. What happened? Oh, okay. Just want to refresh. Okay, fine. We got it. So let me change this like this. Now, after this, we has exposed this button to our button, and let's check the host tab also. If we refresh this host tab is not working. Okay, fine. We need to npm start. So we have the host tab also. So we didn't do anything with the host tab, but we just changed the microsite app, microsite get updated, host tab get updated. So that is what our aim. So any updation, anything in your microsite will be taking effect in your original site. So we have exposed this button as you see, and we have exposed this also. So we don't need to change anything, any setting in our host app, as we have mapped the total microsite to this one. So if we want to use only the button from here, so we can use this. So for this we need to, let's say, MFE btn, and as we mentioned, the alias name is button. So we copy this, paste this, and we can use this as MFE button, and inside this we can say host click me. So host click me is there. As we remove the MFE app, so there is only one button. Now let's say we are creating a div, and inside this div we assign MFE app. So now we can see MFE click, MFE app, and host app click. So this is a way you can create a microsite, micro front-end applications in React. So if you have another site, so you can duplicate it and you can create another site. So it is fine. Now in next, I will show how you can avoid so much manual typing, manual remembering, manual thing, and is what is the shortest way to create the Micofrontend application in my next video. Thank you.